Good morning, y'all. It's still morning. It's still morning. I have to adjust this camera just a little bit. It's still morning. I got a package today. Well, I got one from Joe Durbin and Durbin Coin Auctions. It seems to me now that everything is kind of calmed down up there, and Diane can concentrate on uh, the home life there. That the invoices get sent out immediately after the auction, and the packages come, I mean, weekly. It seems like she gets those things in the mail today. Yesterday was the auction. She'll have them in the mail today, probably. Anyway, doing a really bang up job. I had let's discuss my thumbnail for today. My thumbnail is, I think that's the second knife I ever made. And you can see my handle making ability needs a little work there on the wood. But other than that, the steel, the blade is awesome. Hey, Sheet. Um, the steel is awesome on them. But yeah, I need a little bit of refinement on my handle making ability. But hey, you can still grip it. It's still waterproof. Um, Fit your hand. So what else can you complain about? All right, that was that knife. The first knife I ever made was one of my other thumbnails. That nice curved Skinner with a hole in the blade. That was my first knife. I have that one downstairs. Anyway, yesterday I had a nice cigar. I went out and talked to my cat before the Joe Durbin auction. Went out and talked to my cat, and I had a cigar. And this is the one I had yesterday. That was a hell of a cigar. That was not bad at all. So I can categorically recommend. I got to get that turkey out of the way. I don't know why it doesn't want to actually focus on that damn thing, but there we go. A really good cigar. That wasn't bad at all. So I just brought it in to show you so I can throw that away now. But anyway, I got two packages. I have one from Joe Durbin. We're going to open up. There ain't much in here. I can tell there's one roll of pennies in there and something else. Not much, but oh, come here, you. I got a knife. Surprise, surprise. Look at this packaging, would you? See how that's taped? How that box is open? I mean, it's got the label on and everything, but I'm just telling you, that's some pretty shit packaging for a major knife maker in the industry. This is from Cold Steel. Cold Steel actually sent me a knife, and it's been in transit and delayed and whatever. But that's shitty packaging. It really is. I do not pipe at all. The only thing I pipe is a little weed every now and then, but that's the only. My uncles all used to smoke a pipe way back in the day when I was a kid. I think every uncle had a pipe. I think just about every uncle had a pipe. My dad and my mom smoked cigarettes. My grandfather on my mother's side chewed Copenhagen, and all of his boys smoked a pipe. And then My grandfather on my dad's side smoked a pipe, but my dad smoked cigarettes, and his brother and sister never smoked at all. So don't know. My uncles just back in the day, what was that? I would say in the 60s, early 60s, everybody smoked a pipe. I don't know. It might have been inspected and open, but that's really some shitty packaging. No, cigs, man, I quit in 1980. When I was in high school, from when I was 13 to 19, I smoked cigarettes in high school, and I started smoking pot then. When I went into the Army, basic training, I was down to one cigarette a day, and why I didn't quit then, I don't know. But I continued to smoke cigarettes for the next 6 years. And then went to the Special Forces qualification course. And of course, you can't smoke on patrol. And if you're actually in a rear area, like in a fire base or a patrol base, you could smoke, but you had to field strip your cigarettes and put filters in your pocket. And then your pocket smells, your pants smell, you smell, dogs could smell you, tracking dogs. So I started dipping Copenhagen. Old boy from Tennessee, and I can't remember his name right now, but I can see his face like it was yesterday. Got me to dip in Copenhagen, and yeah, that's a learned skill. But for years, I dipped in my bottom lip and had to spit all the time. And it's been, I don't know how many years since I learned to dip in my top lip and not spit near as much. But yeah, fun stuff. No cigarettes. I quit. What was it? 75, 78, 79, 80, 1980. Yep, 1980. All right, let's open this up. We're going to open up this knife. And it's a cold steel. And it is the Master Hunter Sand My Blade. So we're just going to open that up. We'll get Joe Durbin out here for right now. Yeah, that tape doesn't look real good. So that might have been retaped. I don't know. Sure looks like it. But I wonder what the label says, where it came from. GSM Outdoors. So cold steel. Probably owned by GSM Outdoors. Get that out of here. And the knife itself comes in a nice box. Comes in a nice box. I had this Master Hunter. It was given to me by my team when 12 Special Forces Group got deactivated. My team gave me one of these, and I used it for years until some son of a bitch stole it here at my farm when we were skinning deer. Now, this is one of the guys that were supposedly my friends. And they said, if I ever find a motherfucker that stole that knife, I will use it on him. Okay, so we got a nice sheath. And the sheath has changed, I can tell you that. They've cheapened up the sheath a little bit. Kydex has become the new rule for sheaths, it seems like. Everybody has found out that knives stored in leather want to rust. I don't care if it's a stainless steel knife or a Come on. Or if it's a regular steel knife. Everything will rust. All right, so how's this sheath compare here? Come on, open up, you son of a bitch. Wow. God damn. Yeah. That's a good deal there. Wow. That really blows. There we go, you son of a bitch. Well, it's not a push. There we go. Got the son of a bitch finally. Yeah, Kydex and aluminum screws and rivets. And it says, if you see on the sheath, I think that's made by somebody else, not made by Cold Steel. Looks like it's a subcontractor. And so we will take this knife out of here. There we go. I mean, it's a good knife. It's a good knife. And you can see it's San Mai if you look at the edge. You see that little, if it'll focus, you see that little line down there? Just a 1/4 inch above the edge. God damn, this thing doesn't want to focus there. You see that line right there? You see that nice little wavy line? That's the San Mai technique. So you got a harder steel on top and a softer steel on the bottom toward the edge. So it's easier to sharpen, but this is harder. You see that nice little line that runs right there, right? You see it? That's the San Mai technique. Now, the only problem I have with this knife is the fact that when you're skinning and you have this in your hand and you have blood and fat, deer fat, this handle does get slippery. Even when you're sweating, it gets slippery. So that's the only bitch I have about this knife at all. As far as the steel goes, the steel is wonderful steel. That thing is just as sharp as can be, buddy. Nice brass, so you can put a little lanyard on there. It's big enough. I mean, the handle is beefy enough for big hands or bigger hands. And it does have a finger guard. But as far as I am concerned, that is a nice knife. And, you know, for $170, it should be a good knife. But if I ever find the motherfucker that stole my other one, I will use this fucking blade on him. I won't kill the fucker, but I'll sure fucking make him wish he hadn't stole it. Now, let's see how she fits in the sheath. Not bad. And in all actuality, there's enough friction there that that even if you don't have this on, that ain't falling out of there. All right, and then on the back side, they made it so it's big enough for big belts, And also, they made it so that you have Velcro and a snap, so it can go over. You don't have to take your belt off to put this on. Smart design there. And then with the Velcro on there, even if the snap does come unsnap, that Velcro ain't coming apart. So yeah, it's a smart design. I like that. Plus, you can put a lanyard on here and tie it down to your leg if you wish. You got a couple more holes. You can do that. Yeah, it's a smart design. The rivets with the holes in are cheaper than solid rivets and aids in weight. These holes right here in the Kydex also aids in weight. Just as strong. These two screws right here can be adjusted up or down, here to where it's at, or here, up there. So you can go another 1/4 inch higher, which will lower the knife on your hip. Or you can raise it all the way up to here if you want to. I don't think that'd be advisable because then that would be down, the retention strap would be down here, but you could do that. Huh. Yeah, these holes in the rivets, another thing, you can put little loops of 550 cord on there. So you can loop 550 cord all the way through here and have that much 550 cord, or you can put little loops on there of 550 cord just to hang stuff from if you wanted to. So yeah, that works. Nice knife. I can handle it. Plus they've got, it's made in Taiwan, but just about everything is made in Taiwan anymore. Not made in China. That's that's my selling point right there. It's not made in China, so the steel is not Chinese steel and shit. But the steel is pretty good on this knife. So even though it's made in Taiwan, yeah, I can go with that. So we'll put it in here. But the other thing I like about this is it has you see it, a warranty on it. Phone number on the back. We stand behind the products 100%. We subject them to the highest standards in the industry and strive to make each as perfect as possible. We warrant that this product is free of defects in workmanship and materials. This warranty does not cover normal wear and tear, damage caused by misuse, lack of normal maintenance, or disassembly. Remember, anything can break or fail if subject to sufficient abuse. So please do not use this product inappropriately. And there's a little bit of warning about they're extremely sharp, so don't play with them. But yeah, it's a nice knife. Am I going to use it? I don't know. I might, I may not. But seeing how the other one got stole, I probably won't. Not around other people anyway. Fuck them. Never trust anyone. And I mean anyone. All right. We can throw that shit away. We don't need to keep that. I might keep this just for another blade. All that goes in the trash. Then we got a package from the Durbans. And it was just auction yesterday. God, I bought another $200 worth of coins. So let's open a Durban package. And the way these are packaged, I can usually save these envelopes for future use. Come on, you. Come on. There you go. Yep. We got that. All right. That's empty. What do we got? How many? Oh, just one auction. This is just one auction. Why do I have another one of those? 2023 P cent roll. And I got another one of those this last auction. That'll probably be all the pennies I'm going to buy unless I get some 2024s and 25s. Don't know. As far as pennies go, I want some of the last ones, but I really don't want to put away rolls and rolls and rolls of them. But I do want to put away some for the future. So this should be the second roll of 2023 Ps I have. And that's enough. I don't need any more of those. I would like some 24s and 25s. It looks like I got a 1905 large cent. I think I have some more large cents. I think I have this one. I know I have this one in my book. I don't know. I got this one for some reason. Nobody was bidding on it, I think. Maybe. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll get the other ones out here in a second. What else we got here? Ooh, Canada, a 1946 50-cent piece. Yeah, I need a better collection of 50-cent pieces and quarters. I like the old ones. The old ones better. The old ones. Before the Queen. Before the Queen. Yep. You got it. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? Somebody let me have a cheap Morgan. I know that. This goes to my brother, though. What was this? $40. So it's a 1921, but man, it's nice and blast white, buddy. Got a couple little spots on it, but got to expect that for the age. That's a nice one. I got it for him. Cheap enough, $40. Yeah, he'll appreciate that. Because I sold all of my other Morgans to him. I think I had 30 or so other Morgans for $40 a piece. And they're all just common Morgans, all circulated Morgans, all $40 a piece. I think there's only one I sold him that was $46. That was it. So, and I sold him all my peace dollars also for 37. Any peace dollars anymore are 40 or better. So if I get any more peace dollars, he could buy them too, but I don't know. Maybe I should just keep a few, just to have a few. I mean, they are 90%, but. And then I did get a Britannia. What did I get the Britannia for? Cheap enough. Cheap enough. What year is this? That is a 2014 Britannia. Really good looking, too. Really good looking, too. Look at the cameo in that. That is a good looking Britannia there. It's Queen with a party hat on. And I'm not sure if this one, yeah, this one has a horse privy on the edge. You can just see it right there. Under the edge. So yeah. All right. That's a good one. That one goes in there also. I'm waiting on my buddy to show up at 1 o'clock. He is coming with a gun. We are going to do a little trading. A little trading for gold and silver for a gun. It's nice to find people that you can actually trade metals for weapons. Hold up, where'd that go? Where's my big ones? I'm looking for my big pennies. Where'd they go? All right. Are you there? Are you there? Where are you at? Where are you at, pennies? Large pennies, where are you at? Large pennies, where are you at? I have my tokens, all my half cent and cent bank tokens. No, that's not it there. I think these are all small nickels. These are all my small nickels. So that doesn't. And these are dimes. So that goes up there. Where are my pennies at? I'm looking for pennies. Where'd they go? Nickels, nickels, quarters, dollars, 50-cent pieces right there. And these are the other dollars, commemoratives. And those are, well, that's strange. Huh. Well, I don't see them. I am amazed again that I can't find what it is I'm looking for. See, I have this book with my large cents, and I have all of my large cents. Yeah, there's that dickhead again. Yeah, we'll just answer it and let it go like that. But you see on this page, I'm only missing two. Missing this one, which should be easy to get, the 1893. This one will be a little tougher, the first one. But I have extra one. I lost my sheet, is right. Can't find it. I got a whole nother box of large pennies, extra large pennies, and I don't know where in the fuck it went to. It should be sitting in here. It should be sitting in here with my other. I'm looking up there. I'm looking over there. I got my bear trap up there. I know you guys saw that bear trap. Put that over there. What's in here? These are all small pennies. These are all small pennies from 1920 up. These are all small pennies. And I am working on small pennies, but that's not what I'm looking for. Put them over there. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, these are all my Newfoundland provincial pennies, half pennies, bank tokens, dimes, slabs, pennies, half pennies. What is that? Oh, that's a centavos. That's what we got in here. Oh, that's that loon. All of these got to get inventoried, except for my bank token. All right, so I don't know what these two are doing in here. They go up here on a table with that stuff because that stuff needs to get inventoried, and I'm not real sure if I had inventoried them before or not. What do we got? Okay, these are all my commemorative coins. The rabbits, the seagulls, the fucking rock dope. Rabbits, bobcats, howling wolves. I even got some of the dollars in there. So those go down under here also. I did bring out my helmet for a couple of videos. It's my old jump helmet. You can tell it's a jump helmet because of the strap in the back here. Plus it's got a chin strap plus a neck strap. So, yep, that's my old helmet. I brought it out just to do a couple of videos with it and haven't done anything with it since. Nickels, dimes, nickels. This is all stuff that's going to be sold. It's just extra Canadian stuff. That's what all that is right there. Just extra Canadian stuff. And that is all of those nickels, half dollars, quarters, and dollars right there. And all the commemorative. Well, I wonder if I took them back out to the other safe. I may have taken them all back out to the other safe. All right, well, that's what we got. Another 1905 large penny. We'll go with the rest of my large pennies. Maybe I can make 2 books. I'll get 2 collections of them. Maybe I can do that. We'll see. And then you got 1 book for me. And what do you mean you had a beard in the Navy? The only people that should have beards are the people who have to have them because of the people that they're dealing with. Most notably, anybody in special ops that has to deal with foreign nationals. And to be in that society, you need a beard. So, and that's what Special Forces does. Now, some people got away with back in the day. Too many people were getting beards because, oh yeah, we were in a combat zone and standard dress standards and appearance standards were a little bit lax, but Hegseth has taken care of that. And also beards for religious exemptions, beards for medical exemptions. And I remember the big one when I was in. I got the bumps, infected hairs. Black guys get them bad. And I understand that. But I think they have medication now for that. So shaving, having a shaving profile, and if you do have a shaving profile and you really need it, keeping your beard trimmed, short and trimmed, tastefully, and there will be standards for that. We'll go back to that. As far as, and you know why, you know why we don't have beards in the military, right? It's because of CBR or gas. If you had to put a gas mask on, you're not going to get a seal. You're not going to get a seal. Any kind of respirator or gas mask, you're not going to get a seal with hair on your face. You're just not. So, no, I didn't have this beard when I was jumping. I can show you pictures. I look like a svelte 19, 20-year-old. I was 160, 70. What was I when I got out of basic? 155 pounds, I think. My perfect weight, actually, for me, my perfect weight height is about 190 to 200, right in there. I'm 230 right now, so I'm a little over. I am morbidly obese. That's what my doctor says. You are morbidly obese. Yes, I got some extra fat, especially right around the belly. Love handles right around there. And a little bit up under here. Arms and boobs. On your underarms, basically. And man boobs. I got those. I understand that. I'm 70 years old. I don't give a fuck anymore. I have 2 bad ankles. One of them is fused twice. I have 2 bad knees. One of them's had the quad muscle sewed on twice. I have a broken back, and that's just gotten worse over the years. I haven't had anything done to it. And I have a shoulder, and you can't see it. Maybe you can. Where the bone sticks up, like that. And my shoulder comes out of the socket if you just pull it the right way. So that's what we are. That's where we're at. I don't walk up and down the road because of a fused ankle. Really makes it hard to just imagine having a peg leg and stumping up and down the road. That's exactly what a fused ankle is. All right. And imagine trying to walk up and down hill if your ankle doesn't bend, because your foot on the end of your leg has to bend like this going up and down hill. And with a fused ankle, with it sitting like this flat all the time, you can't bend it to go up and down hill. So you're either walking on your toes or walking on your heel, or you do what I do and you sidestep up and down hills. That's what I do, man. The left knee is so bad, I have to go up and down stairs one leg at a time. Put one down, then you bring the other one down. You put one down, then you bring the other one down. It's just the way it is. You abuse your body for so long, it eventually catches up with you in your old age. So, if you're going to take care of yourself, and I strongly recommend this, take care of your legs, the strength in your legs. The strength in your legs is all important. Hey, Black. Yep. Yeah, I know. Over the years, standards have become so lax in the military. And the one thing about the military you have to understand is it is a microcosm of American society as a whole. So you got the general population, then you have the military, which is a microcosm of society as a whole, and then you have individual branches within the military, which are their own little microcosms on their own. And in those microcosms, depending on the leadership, of course, experiments can be conducted on behaviors and what people will put up with and whatever. You can experiment on the military and then extrapolate that data to society as a whole. That's what the military was after Vietnam, and up to present day. That's what the military had become. Too many general officers, too many officers, period. Not enough fucking NCOs with any amount of knowledge. The NCOs are the backbone of the military, dude. They're in charge of training and making sure shit gets done. Making sure people are up to snuff. And hopefully our military is going to return to that. I went in 1975, right at the end of Vietnam. And we had a lot of people that went to Vietnam got out. They just got out. What you had left in the military from Vietnam were the ones that were, for by and large, not so great. They were there just to ride out their 20 and get the fuck out. And also back in 1975, if you remember, the job market was not real good. So if people got out, finding a job was tough. I went in the military because finding a job was tough. But when I got out in 1978, I found a job doing construction and logging in the wintertime. Construction for most of the year and then logging for 3 or 4 months. And then I actually moved to central Minnesota with that same employer, but moved to central Minnesota and logged full-time for 2 years. So, well, for a year and a half. About, a year and a half. And then when he went bankrupt, what did I do? Instead of looking for a job immediately, what did I do? I did what was comfortable for me and what I had known. I reenlisted in the military. I had been in the reserves anyway, so I just reenlisted. Fuck it. I did another 3 years. And I'm glad I did those 3 years. I'm extremely glad I did those 3 years. You are exactly right, JJ. Some officers were absolutely wonderful. And I found the officers that were absolutely wonderful were the ones that knew that they weren't getting promoted any higher than major, or the ones that were former NCOs and then went to OCS. Those were the best officers. Yeah. You'll find a lot of NCOs are better than the officers. And the one officer I hated was when we always got, say, a new platoon leader, a new lieutenant. First or second. First just maybe got promoted from second, or a second lieutenant promotable for our platoon leader. And he would come in and say, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this. We're going to do things my way. We're going to change. Those are the officers I didn't like. And they soon found out that, they were signed for millions and millions of dollars worth of equipment. In a Special Forces Signal Company platoon, they were signed for millions of dollars worth of equipment. And when one or two pieces of that comes up missing, who's liable for it? They are, eventually. Yes, the underlings are going to get punished. You ride that out. Officer, on the other hand, he's going to get either prosecuted or he's going to buy it, one or the other. So they learn real quick not to be that type of person. And if they don't learn, they get burned. If they do learn, they will learn to trust the platoon sergeant and the section leaders, the section sergeants. They will they will soon learn to trust their judgment on issues dealing with their men. That officer is there to sign fucking papers. That's what he's there for. He ain't leading shit, and he has to realize that. he can fool himself into thinking, yes, I lead the platoon. No, you don't. The platoon sergeant leads a platoon. And I was thankful that all of our platoon sergeants, when I was in Signal Company, Base Operations Platoon 2, Receiver Section, all of our platoon sergeants were team guys. Were guys that were on deployed A detachments, were either injured and couldn't be on a detachment for a while they're healing up, or they were too old to be on a detachment anymore. And so they went to Signal or Service Company, worked motor pool, worked the mess hall, everything else that Service Company did, or a Signal Company. You work in a transmitter, receiver, or the wire section, which would be responsible for a message center. You would do that, or you would move from company level, and every special forces team has a company over them. So many deployed detachments over, or detachments over, company is over them. So you have the company hierarchy, and then a battalion staff above the companies, which are responsible for several companies. And usually you go to brigade level above that, but a special forces group is as big as a brigade. So the structure is about the same. Anyway, your boxes came in today. Good. So we can look forward to fucking staying up real late in the fucking night and early morning watching you sort through fucking coins again, huh? F-14, one, F-14. So JJ, you're talking about the cost of everything in the military? Yeah, I know what an F-14 is. I thought they were one of the better fighter jets that we had, but F-14 was a big, heavy bastard. I like the F-14 though, the Tomcat. And then we got the F-15, F-16. We got the Fighting Falcon and the F-15s, F-16s. I don't know. F-15's carrier based, right? F-16 was ground based. So F-14 was ground based. What was the carrier base at that time? I can't remember. Yeah, fucking right. It's cold outside. It's cold here. Gray. It's not rainy, but it's gray, windy, cold. I turned the heat up to 72 last night. No, the F-15, F-16 came in 80s sometime, late 80s, early 90s. Back when I was in, it was a U-2, and then we got SR-71 after that. SR-71 is still one of my favorite airplanes in the world. Still. And now we got the SR-72. Holy shit. And now we have F-22s and F-35s that have semi-autonomous drone swarms with them. Yeah, it's amazing how technology has changed the battlefield and changed militaries. I envision a time when there will be no human beings on the battlefield anymore. Human beings will be behind the battlefield, Everything on the battlefield will be robotic. Will be robots, drones, everything will be non-human on the battlefield. The warfare of the future is cyber. It's spies. I think the conflict in Ukraine has shown the world that the future of warfare right now is drone technology. For good, for bad, I don't know. It's the same thing with society. Once the baby boomers are all dead, and we got Gen Xers, and I mean they're right on our heels. Once they're gone or out of power politically, who's taking over? Well, you can control the air and think you control the war, but there is still something to be said for taking out logistics. Now, you can take out logistics by air. That's one thing, but you can't take it all out. A lot of logistics, like even during World War II, had to be taken out by sabotage, by saboteurs. And I think there's still a place for that. I don't think you can do everything by air. I don't see tank warfare and artillery used the same ever again. Ever again. And that's where Putin's mind is at. He wants to control what was traditionally part of the Russian Confederation, part of the Soviet Union, because of the Sawaki Gap, the Fulda Gap. He wants to be able to protect. He wants that ring of mountains. He wants physical barriers to the Soviet homeland. However, and that's from a war with either Poland or Germany, and I don't think Germany is the big threat anymore. Putin better be looking at his eastern and southeastern flank for the fucking Chinese. Although the Chinese economy and their demographics aren't real good either, aren't real healthy. I mean, Peter Zeihan says that within 10 years, the Chinese economy will collapse. And within 10 years, their demographics will have collapsed to the point where they don't have replacements anymore for anybody. So, and we're getting that way too. Korea is like that. Japan is like that. There will come a time in the future where the human population on Earth starts to shrink and get smaller and smaller. And then what? Well, I don't really need to speculate about it. I'll be dead, and I think my kids will be dead by then. I don't have any grandkids, so I don't have to worry about them. But I don't see the future of the human race as being positive for a long time. It will be positive if we can continue to push outward from this planet and explore others. Then the future of the human race is positive. But as it stands right now, I don't see a positive outcome for the human race. But hey, Cranky, how are you, buddy? Welcome back. Been a while, huh? Well, and it's good to be positive. Don't get me wrong. And I am positive for the long term, but not for the short term. Not positive at all. Because, like I say, there are three positions of power vying for control of this world. And one of them is religion. And specifically, well, it was Christianity versus religion. Christianity trying to evangelize the world. But that's on the down low. That's on the downswing. And Islam is on the upswing. And if the future generations want Islam in their lives and Sharia law, and so be it. But that's a death sentence. That's nothing but a downgrade for humanity. All that is. Oh, man. These young kids think that socialism / communism or Bolshevism is the answer to everything. And that's what Islam is a form of communism. But never worked, never will, because of human nature. It looks good on paper, but that's all. It never works. And if women in this Western world think that they want Islam, I invite them to take a trip to the Middle East, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Jordan, Qatar, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, any of them. Any country that's predominantly Muslim and is ruled by Sharia law, I invite any Western woman to go visit and ask them after a few weeks if they'd like to stay. I know what the answer would be. Ooh, what's that on my foot? I have tape on my foot. Tape on my sock. The hell? Well, I did. Wow. No, it won't come off there. I did contact a guy that wanted the cherry, and I didn't know if he still had his restaurant or not. He said he didn't need a whole bunch of cherry. He's only got room for about a quarter of a cord right now. I don't know how much that one tree will give me, but I'm thinking of probably about 3/4 of a cord. Anyway, he didn't have room for it right now. I said, okay, that's fine. I'll just cut it, split it, and stack it until you're ready for it. Then I'll have it. But he's still buying cherry wood because that's what he smokes with. All cherry all the time, doesn't want anything else. I have a whole trailer full of apple wood out there. If somebody wants apple wood for smoking, I will certainly sell you a trailer full. There's probably half a cord, a third of a cord of apple wood out there. So, shit. Hey, Seth. Well, now that you guys are in here, I have to show you this. Yes, I got a Cold Steel Master Hunter. Another knife. Why? Because I like Cold Steel. They make a hell of a product. They really do. They make a hell of a product. And this is a Sanmai version. And if it'll focus, you can see the Sanmai line right above the edge there. And you know the sand my technique, right? Two metals, harder metal on top, and a softer metal for so it's easier to sharpen, but it still has all the durability of a harder metal. And normally it's a taco method of forging steel. So you have the tougher steels on the top and the softer steel in the core in the middle. And you leave this. And if you can see the line on that. If it will just show it one time. Focus, you bitch. You can see the line on it. There you go. Now you can see it. I put a little light on it. See, it's a good blade. It's like this one I have in the gun case here. And they do like cold steel knives. See, I have this Master Tanto. It's also a cold steel. It's also a sand my blade. You see the edge? The line just above the edge? Here they are compared to each other. That's for skinning deer. That's kind of a nice size for skinning, butchering stuff. This is a nice size for people. Both cold steels. I mean, they're both cold steel. There we go. And I do like their knives, so I'll probably get another one of these days. I don't know. But yeah, nice knife. I did order, I think, 3 more from Scallywag Tactical, and they got them on sale. They're cheap, man. The 2 fillet knives, you can get 2 different styles of fillet knives, fish fillet knives, for a little over $25. I don't know how good they are, but I've already bought 2 of their smaller knives. I bought 1 more smaller knife because I collect knives, of course. So I'll have 5 of their knives. I have 5 different ones of Angry Warrior Tackle Box, the knives that he was selling from his friend. So I got 5 of those also. So a couple of cold steels, anyway. A couple of cold steels. And I will show you the one knife I got. And these are just the ones I got laying around here. The one knife I got at the Trappers Convention that was getting sold. I thought was a... Uh-oh, my buddy's here. I think we're going to have to... Hold up a second. Let me see it. Gotta answer the door. Gotta answer the door. 1257, it's him. All right. Hi, man. Open the door. Okay. What's going on? Open the door. Come on in. I gotta get up the street. shut down the stream. Come on in. All right, my buddy's here, so we're going to end the stream. We will see you guys a little later. All righty. I got to go trade for a gun. We will see you later. Peace out.